Yeah. My name is Sarah Benson. This is my husband, Doug, and we're going to start you off with a couple of songs. If you would like to stand, I invite you to. If not, that's fine. Try to get those people out there still chatting in here. Some mornings this goes better than others. Okay.
Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is. That God is all there is. Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is. That God is all there is. God is all there is.
There.
There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. You are my reflection. There is only one.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, one of us. Those of you in the room and Zoom, so grateful that you chose to be here this morning. We did have that choice, didn't we? And here we are. And maybe you're listening to this on YouTube during the week, and thank you. Thank you for your time. I know you will be blessed. My name is Teresa Valenzuela, and I am a practitioner, a spiritual licensed practitioner, they tell me, here at the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces, where our vision is a world in loving partnership for the good of all. Welcome to anyone visiting for the first time. I think we may have a few. There are some welcome packets. If there's not any at the tables, we will get you one. Inside is a certificate to be used in the wonderful, amazing Wisdom Through the Pages bookstore, the one and only here in Las Cruces, by the way. And there is a form in that package if you want to start receiving our incredibly marvelous, beautiful newsletter through email. You can sign up for that too. And thank you once again for all of those that helped with the treasure sale. Amazing. And it wasn't just a one weekend deal. They were here working a month and a half, a month before. And not only does it bless us financially, but we upcycle, right? We recycle. We're giving back. The community is using things that are still treasures. Oh, important news. We have moved the potluck and annual meeting, I know, again, to the 2nd of June. It's on a Sunday after service. We'll have a potluck, and the meeting will start here at 1 o'clock. All are welcome, and members can vote, but all of you are welcome to come and join us. Anyone wanting to step up and join the board, please let us know. That's always a really learning experience to be supportive and do service through our board. And we have Spiritual Circle on Mondays at 11. Jim, can you raise your hand? Are you still helping? Judy? Yeah. And that's on Zoom. Unfortunately, the new Science of Mind magazine has not been delivered. I know CSL is having some experiences with the publisher, and so it's been late for a few months running, but you can still join in this Monday, tomorrow at 11. If you're interested in getting that Zoom link, please see me or possibly Jim after service. We'll get it to you. Also, Yolanda Martinez has moved her weekend to June 29th and 30th, but we will still be showing the Ed Breeding documentary this coming Friday, May 3rd. So we hope that new date will help. For those of you that have signed up, you can register through Yolanda Martinez for that drumming workshop. And May 11th is our beloved Reverend Bonnie Allen Rice's celebration of life here at 3 o'clock. And I'm already working on the pansies. Those were her favorite flowers. And so, as I said, my name is Teresa Valenzuela, and I believe in the power of prayer. I invite you to join me in that belief. We call it spiritual mind treatment here in religious science, or affirmative prayer. In front of you, in the chair pockets, there is a prayer request that you can fill out so that we can pray with you. We meet every Tuesday afternoon over Zoom, all the New Thought ministers and practitioners. Not only in Las Cruces, Unity from El Paso is now joining us. So more energy, right? You know, and so that's a blessing. And if you fill out a prayer request, you can leave, there's a box at the table on your way out, or you can put it in one of the offering plates, and we will pick it up, and I will send those requests to our beloved Lillian, who makes up the list for us. There's also a prayer request on our website, which is also amazing. I'm sorry, we just are an amazing community here, aren't we? Yes. And through our website, you can also request prayer, and everything is confidential and anonymous, and we just pray with you once again, because we can pray and shift ourselves, but you have to be ready to receive. So are you ready to receive? Yeah, and Reverend Randy's going to give us some more on that, receiving. Freddish, love that. So, also after service, I believe, today I may be the only practitioner with a stole, but we are all prayer practitioners in this room. So if you would like to have a short prayer with me afterwards, I'll glue my shoes to the front over here after service, and we can have a prayer. So now it is time for song, silence, and prayer.
I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself, and I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself, and I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. And I the slowest part of me feels safe to go. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. I will be easy with myself. I will be easy with myself. And I will love myself like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I am gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I rock myself like a newborn baby child.
Just breathing in that space of gratitude, of serenity, and just sinking into this moment, knowing that it is already flowing through each and every one of us. It is already blessed. And just opening up my heart to the music, to the energy that all of you bring, whether in the room or over Zoom or all during the week. And to Reverend Randy, ready to receive laughter and joy, wise reminders. And so grateful for all whose hands and strong hearts keep the doors unlocked. Keep our love flowing, knowing that we are one. Releasing this and knowing it's already done in that perfection, and so it is. So I have a couple of Ernest Holmes quotes, and just loved the title of today's talk, A Gentle Day in the Neighborhood, The Language of Freddish. And making assumptions here, but Fred Rogers has raised my kids. And so I just started thinking about all the love, all the Freddish love that has impacted our world. And I found a couple of quotes, Ernest Holmes quotes on love that I'd like to share with you this morning. From the book, Can We Talk to God? Ernest says, if we make ourselves receptive to the idea of love, we become lovable. To the degree that we embody love, we are love. That is why people who love are loved. It does not pay to hate, for hate is a human idea, not a spiritual principle. Love is divine verity. Love is divine verity. From How to Use the Science of Mind. There is but one ultimate impulsion in the universe. The impulsion is love. This love is more than an emotional sentiment. Although it must include all such emotional sentiments, love is the pure essence of divine givingness. And then to end it up in effective prayer. Love overcomes both hate and fear. However, love does not overcome hate and fear through controversy, argument, or force, but by a subtle power of transformation, transmutation, and sublimation. It is invisible in its essence, but apparent through its act. As light overcomes the darkness, as the presence of heat causes the coolness of a room to change until it is warm and comfortable, so the radiant action of love and peace dissipates, erases, releases fear, hate, and confusion. Love wins each and every time. So I invite you to be love with me. And so it is. And I believe we have some special music here. I get to introduce you. Reverend Randy Granger is an ordained minister with the Universal Life Church, spiritual teacher, workshop leader, storyteller, professional touring musician and recording artist, and a licensed massage therapist. Of Mayan and Apache ancestry, Randy lives in Las Cruces, New Mexico. He also practices science of mind meditation and sound healing. And what is not included in this is that some of your music was included in the PBS special, Ken Burns, Exploring the History of the American Buffalo. And I was so excited when your name popped up, when they played your, I was like, I know that guy. No one was in my house with me, but. So please help me welcome Reverend Randy.
Thank you, Teresa. Perfect readings, as always. Those are gorgeous. Where'd they come from, those readings?
Google search.
Reverend Google. Yes. They were beautiful, though. Thank you. That's great. So this month we're talking about giant gentleness. And when I first saw that was the theme of this month, it took me a little by surprise because I didn't quite know what that meant, as opposed to, I just pictured a giant being very gentle, and I thought it has to be more to it than that. So as I have explored it, it's really been a beautiful topic. And let me start with an Anne Frank quote. It said, "In the long run," she said, "the sharpest weapon of all is a kind and gentle spirit." At its core, when you think about this quote, it recognizes the potential for kindness and gentleness to really bring about meaningful and positive change. It implies that in the grand scheme of life, the impact of acts in kindness and gentle behavior outlast the immediate effects of force and aggression, much like the readings you included. Kindness and gentleness have the ability to win hearts, to build trust, and to create lasting bonds between people. Going back to what Ernest Holmes, he talked a lot about relationships. I always remember one of the things that I heard him say in one of his speeches that he used to give. You can find them on YouTube. One of the things he used to say about relationships is that he said, when it comes down to it, all of our troubles in this world and life involve other people. Now going a little further into that, he meant that relationship is an avenue for friction, but also an avenue for peace and for healing. And one thing that he wrote about relationships that I particularly liked was, when we let the love that is within us go out to God, who is in all people, then we are loving God with all our heart and with all our soul and mind, because we are recognizing that the spirit within us is the same spirit that we meet in others. And this is loving our neighbors as ourselves. One of our guiding principles with religious science is that no matter how challenging that it may be, we have to remember that everybody we meet, and I mean everybody, is God in form. As I was driving here this morning, there was a car that was really close behind me, and I thought, well, we haven't been introduced yet, have we? And so she got around me, and she was waving to me this really unique wave with one finger the whole time. And I just said, God in form, Randy, God in form. So I blessed her. So practice what one reads. Gandhi wanted to clarify his concept of passive resistance against the British laws that were targeting the Indian people. He didn't like the notion of being passive or passivity, so he asked his people, he said, give me a better term for what I've come up with, passivity, this passive resistance. And his nephew, he made a suggestion. Satyagraha, he said, uncle, it means firmness in a good cause. Gandhi adapted this idea to the word satyagraha, which meant truth force. But his biographers later said that he evolved satyagraha to mean, it means to be strong without the strength of brute, but with the strength of the spark of God. Isn't that beautiful? The strength with the spark of God. Giant gentleness indeed. From the suffragettes to Nelson Mandela, Rosa Parks, Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., Desmond Tutu, Jesus, Native American leaders, all the oppressed peoples, there have been so many examples that have been rooted in the spark of God. that they've changed people's minds by the spark of God, by being rooted in the spark of God. In The Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes says to start every treatment by saying there is only one life, that life is God, that life is perfect, that life is my life now. And when we realize that, when we invoke that, and when we internalize that, it really focuses us and it grounds us like steel. It turns out truth is a transparent superpower, which will always set us free. Fred Rogers, Wonderful Day in the Neighborhood. The beloved host of the children's program, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, he appeared before the U.S. Senate Subcommittee on Communication in 1969, standing up for a public broadcasting system and for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, after Nixon had proposed cutting their funding by $20 million in half. Rogers traveled to Washington, D.C. to argue against the budget cuts and explain why public television was vital for the United States, but especially for our children. His gentleness, his compassion, and passion, it even moved his staunchest opponent in Congress. While giving testimony to Congress, he showed his mild demeanor. His mildness was so powerful that his testimony, that Senator John Pastore, in his response to it, at one point says, I'm supposed to be this pretty tough guy and all, but this is the first time that I've had goosebumps for the last 2 days, he said. So mildness and patience definitely can be a superpower. There was another voice behind Fred Rogers' Neighborhood scripts. It was the voice of Fred Rogers' chief consultant and mentor, Dr. Margaret McFarland, a highly regarded child psychologist at the time. They met regularly to discuss the script and child development theory. And he wanted the script to authentically reflect the real concerns and feelings of children. For the millions of adults and children who grew up watching him on public television, Fred Rogers represents the most important human values: respect, compassion, kindness, integrity, and humility. On Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, the show they created, some 50 years ago, if not more than that, well, he was the epitome on that program of simple, natural ease rooted in conviction. Mr. Rogers took intense care in shaping each episode of his program. He insisted that every word, whether spoken or by one of the puppets, be scrutinized closely, because he knew that children, the preschool-age boys and girls who made up most of his audience, including me, tend to hear things literally. There were no accidents on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, the biographers have said. He took great pains not to mislead or confuse children, and his team of writers joked all the time that his on-air manner pretty much amounted to a distinct language they called Freddish. Fundamentally, Freddish, it anticipated the way that his listeners might misinterpret what was being said. As an example, there was a scene in a hospital where a nurse was going to take his blood pressure, and they were showing what that was like to get your blood pressure taken. Well, originally the nurse said, I'm going to blow this up now. And Fred made them redub the line saying, I'm going to puff this up with some air. Because he knew that if they said blow it up, it might sound like there's an explosion, and he didn't want the kids to cover their ears and miss what would happen next. That's how considerate, how caring, and how gentle that he really was. If we could use this care when telling others our concerns or issues, might be worth it to speak Freddish. For instance, when you tell a friend, I've got a problem, well, try to be nice about it and see what it would sound like to you first. Rogers spoke to children in the same way, whether it was on TV or off. He truly met them where they are. This is what I really loved about him. What a gift we can offer to others by meeting them exactly where they are without any judgment, like thumbs up or thumbs down, but with patience and compassion and even empathy in some cases. Now, Fred Rogers had 3 rules for success, okay? Now, listen closely. 3 rules. The first is to be kind. The second was to be kind. And the third was to be kind. Do we have any fans of Willie Nelson here, the musician? You know what the Willie Nelson family motto is? Okay, well, you can bleep this out, but the family motto of the Willie Nelson family is it's in their house. It says, don't be an A-hole, don't be a GD a-hole. That is the Willie Nelson family motto, and I've always liked that because I think it very much, it's the adult Fred Rogers, okay? Fred Rogers said famously, he said, this is what I give. He said, I give an expression of care every day to each child to help them realize that they are unique. I end the program by saying, you made this day special, a special day, by just being you. And he would say, there's no person in the world like you, and I like you just the way you are. You remember that? Did anybody watch it? What an amazing thing to have an adult say to you, I like you just the way you are. So powerful. And he said, and I feel that if we in public television can only make it clear that feelings are mentionable and manageable, we will have done a great service for mental health. This got me thinking that each of us definitely leaves a small part of ourselves every time we interact with another. Like me this morning, I tried to bless it. Whether it's the cashier, other drivers, the waitress, the barista, shoppers, delivery people, UPS and mail carriers, your grub hash, you know what I mean? Combine them. Every person that we interact with, we leave a small part of ourselves, a little dusting like spiritual pollen that leaves a residue based on our behavior and kindness or lack thereof. That residue is a chain reaction, an invitation, and like Fred Rogers, it gives people space and opportunity for others to join us in that behavior. We can ask ourselves an important question being, what impression do I want to leave with others? What impression do I want to leave with the world? I remember when I was a young boy growing up in southeastern New Mexico, during the summer months, we would drive over to the next farming community over where we could pick your own fruit and vegetables. That was so great. And except for the okra, that was kind of herdy. But now, I love peaches. And so I would volunteer to climb up that ladder and grab the ripe peaches from the top of the tree. At first, when I brought them down, they would be bruised and kind of split open because I was grabbing them too hard. The farmer came over and said, you know, you need to be gentle. You need to cradle those peaches. Each piece of fruit, you need to cradle it like a baby bird and put it in that little box just like it's a baby bird. And so they go, oh my gosh, you know, it was an eye-opener for me to be as gentle as I possibly could. So if we begin with gentleness when we talk to others, if we have a better chance of harvesting kindness, it's going to work better. Mildness and a more productive outcome can be had by approaching this in a gentle way. Whereas coming on with aggression or with force or a need to change someone's mind, well, we're going to pierce that skin, aren't we, so to speak. Amelia Earhart said, a single act of kindness throws out roots in all directions, and the roots spring up and make new trees. Gene Weiss quoted as saying, kindness isn't always an act or a duty or a behavior. It's a mindset that positively changes the world, beginning with one person, the one right in front of you. So we can always perceive ourselves and others as either extending love or fearful and giving a call for help, a call of help for love. That reminds me of Miriam Williamson's book, where she does talk about that. Most things are either rooted in love or in fear. And you can create miracles by doing that, a miracle being a change in perception. But only when we love ourselves are we free to really love others. And by free, I mean free of insecurity, free of attachment, free of fear, This freedom comes with the freedom to choose to leave a relationship that might not be working for you, or might not be good for you or the other person, rather than trying to change the person or the people. I'll admit that I watched Judge Judy. And, there's people on there saying, well, you don't know how bad he is. You don't know how bad she is. And she says, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you leave? Do yourselves a favor, both of you. Don't see each other anymore. Sometimes you got to do that. But that's a sense of freedom. But this freedom also comes in knowing that whatever happens in our relationships, that your self-love and your self-worth are unshakable. They're not contingent on anything external. When you positively change what you believe and what you think, which is the premise of science of mind, what you feel, what you assume, and what you imagine, well, you will find that your relationships also change. And they reflect those changes. The song that Sarah played this morning, that the opening song, where's that one from? About the mirrors? Remember that one? The first one? That beautiful. And it just perfectly encapsulated what I already have in here. I love the way that it always works. We don't coordinate physically, we coordinate spiritually, and things just always beautifully work out. And so I'm really glad. But there's no greater mental shift that we can achieve in all our relationships than to realize that everyone is our mirror. When you do, well, then there's no one to change but you. Remember, you are the common denominator in all your relationships. And there's freedom in that. Every interaction we have with ourselves and others is a chance for self-empathy, grace, connection, wonder with ourselves and with other people. Imagine going through a day accepting everyone and creating no judgment. No, oh, that's terrible. That's horrible. That's great. She's pretty. He's not so pretty. He's bad. I know it's difficult. But every time that we make a declaration about anyone or any situation, that is a part of judgment. But imagine if we could just let it all be. Reverend Bonnie Rice, we'd be talking, and she would lower her glasses and go, Randy, I just blessed them all. And so just blessing it on its way, all of it. Imagine no correcting, no complaining, instead just being present with yourself, knowing that everyone is our mirror. Or put another way, our relationships are our mirrors. Everyone and everything is you, pushed out and reflected back. When I was writing this, I noticed something weird that I'd never noticed before for some reason. But have you ever noticed that the word yours, Y-O-U-R-S, contains you and ours? My mind was blown. So I'm pretty simple. April is National Poetry Month. And I found this amazing poem, came across this great poem by Reverend Bob Lucan. And I think it really highlights what I'm trying to say and just how important that every soul really is. It's called, If Not For You. If not for you, there would be a place of emptiness in the heart of God. If not for you, all the good that you have done would still need doing. If not for you, the spark of your ideas would not have ignited a fire in others. If not for you, the key roles that you have played in the life's dramas would remain unfilled. If not for you, at least one person would not have awakened to his or her dreams. If not for you, your triumphs could not be examples to inspire others. If not for you, someone who needed love would not have received it. If not for you, life would have been shortened or maybe never existed. If not for you, the song of life would have missed a beat. If not for you, your gifts would remain ungiven. If not for you, another might have suffered in your place. If not for you, someone would have no path to follow. If not for you, there would be one less smile, one less laugh, one less hug. If not for you, there would be less mystery. If not for you, an animal might be homeless in a garden left unplanted. Someone who has 5 turtles living in his garden, I know that one. If not for you, someone would be missing. You have always made a difference. Who you are is important every day. You are the face, you are the heart and the soul of God. And like Mr. Rogers would say, you are special and I love you just the way you are. Take in those words and that poem that highlights how special you are and how special everyone is. If not for you, as somebody who's been a hospice volunteer for going on 20 years almost, so many people that I've spoken with that are near the end of their transition, they do say that. They tell me every time, I'm lucky I loved people and people loved me. They just reiterate that, and it's an important reminder for me. It keeps me grounded. It keeps me humble. I'm going to invite our lovely musician, Sarah, to play some music as I finish out with these meditations. There's this reading I came across that's a gentle way to start your mornings, and I brought a few copies if anybody wants one. And then I'm going to end with a nice blessing for us all. Go ahead, Sarah. Go ahead and get comfortable. Close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. I commit to making this day the best day of my life, regardless of what is put on my plate and regardless of the state of my body, because every experience is a positive lesson from which I can learn. Today I will have no thoughts, attitudes, or actions that are hurtful to others or myself. It is only my own thoughts and attitudes that hurt me. It is only my own forgiveness that sets me free, because forgiveness of myself and others is the key to happiness. I am not a victim of the world I see. I commit to having inner peace as my only goal today, regardless of what is happening to me from the outside world. Your light is all I see, and it is but a reflection of my own light in me. I am the light of the world, and so is everyone else. I am the universe's abundance that allows all resources to flow through me into the world without any boundaries, borders, or blocks. I am in service, totally, and love. Peace, be still. We uplift all around us, calling in the highest truth of life, which is love, calling in ancestors' wisdoms. We take a moment to bless this planet with a blanket of love. All its people, all its creation, the various nations, all its leaders, the incredible diversity of creation, and the profound realization that it is all rooted and established in the one truth, which is God, the living Spirit Almighty. And for all of this and the healing energy at work in our lives today and every day, we say thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. All is well, and so it is. So it is. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Anybody get to watch that eclipse? This is a song about the real star of the show. You know who the star of that eclipse was, don't you? The moon. I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. Leaping and a hopping and a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. And if I ever lose my hands, lose my plow and lose my land, oh, if I ever lose my hands, oh, well, I won't have to work no more. And if I ever lose my eyes, if my colors all run dry, and if I ever lose my eyes, oh well, I won't have to cry no more. Oh, I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. Leaping and hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. And if I ever lose my legs, I won't moan and I won't beg. And if I ever lose my legs, oh well, I won't have to walk no more. And if I ever lose my mouth, all my teeth, north and south, yes, if I ever lose my mouth, oh well, I won't have to talk. Did it take long to find me? I asked the faithful light. Did it take long to find me? Are you gonna stay the night? You know, you can sing along. Oh, I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. Leaping and hopping on a moon shadow, a moon shadow, moon shadow. A moon shadow, moon shadow. A moon shadow, moon shadow. Thank you.
What a morning. Thank you so much, Reverend Randy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. It doesn't even encapsulate my heart right this moment. For you and everyone that is here and on Zoom and all through the week. What a life we have. And so now it's time when we consider giving back to our center, which in turn gives back to the world, to our community, and it just radiates out, whether it's your tithe, your talent, or your time. Now's with the time when we look at giving back. And this month, our tithe recipient, let's see, I just want to be sure I have the right week, is El Caldito. And it's not just a soup kitchen. Nope, it's a refuge. They serve hot, balanced meals to all who join them from Sunday through Friday. They have takeaway lunches available on Saturdays, and special occasions like Easter, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, they go the extra mile with full traditional feast. Their services are free, and the only entry requirement is a need for sustenance. Volunteers fueled by community donations make our operations possible. And I will say, yesterday they had volunteers, they invited families to bring their children in to make up those sack lunches for yesterday, to get right. Altruism doesn't begin at 18, right? We know that, Mr. Rogers. We give back at a young age. So their mission is, we are on a mission to nourish the hungry, one meal at a time in a safe and sanitary place. Our vision, we're committed to eradicating hunger by consistently offering nutritious meals to our community, aiming for a future, this is the ticket, a future where our services are no longer needed. So now please join me as we affirm our blessings. The words are on the screen. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, as me.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So we don't pass a tithe plate around, but you're welcome to leave your gifts at either door on your way out. And now it's time for our benediction. I'm just following. It says, I am so blessed, benediction. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, just following Reverend Bonnie. I'm following your guide
We all
right
know
here.
we all know exactly what we're doing.
I memorized it last night.
So are you going to do a benediction?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Just a short one, just to bless everyone.
Okay, that sounds great.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Because our wonderful Reverend Randy did the prayer after the talk. And so I thought, a little benediction would be a great way to leave.
Yeah.
Or start the week, actually. And so I just want us to step into that place of gratitude. We already said, I am so blessed. We have affirmed the truth of each and every one of us in this room, on Zoom, and throughout our community and our whole planet. And so I just have 3 words that I offer to you as you go out into the world this week. Be kind, be kinder, be kindest. And so it is.
So it is. All right.
Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Step out and take a chance. Walk the talk, join the dance. Relax, enjoy the ride. Let kindness be your guide. You gotta go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. One voice, one hand, one heart. Wanna change, make a start. We're one big family. What's good for you is good for me. So mama, go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine.
Blessings.